is AKA Patters. I don't know everything. This is Codename Strike Force Issue 0 from a series I absolutely love from Top Cow Productions. I never knew it existed. I wasn't even aware of this until somewhat recently. I did a haul. I bought a bunch of Strike Force issues from an individual. I unboxed it here on this channel. And yeah, was blown away that Codename Strike Force has an issue 0. That's what we're doing today for Top Cow Productions. We have a new character. His name is Phade, Phade. He can phase through solid objects, very much like Kitty Pryde. We have the introduction of Icarus. We have how Stryker meets Black Anvil, how he even knows Bloodbow, where does Tempest come from. The entire team is assembled in this issue. I was always curious about that. I was so happy to read this book. Let's hit that drawing table. It's Top Cow Tuesday. All systems are go. AKA Patters, do you like your 90s comics? Do you only trust your 90s comic book commentary from individuals that have a drawing table? I draw here. We draw here. We draw. And then we read 90s comics. This is the only way to absorb 90s comics. You have to create comics while reading them. Codename Strike Force, issue 0. The issue I did not know existed. So previously, and someone dropped me a DM a couple videos ago, and they were trying to tell me that Stryker, I was wrong. That Stryker is the guy that is the leader of Cyberforce, and he's not. He's just predominantly featured on covers of Cyberforce and AKA Patters. This is what you deal with. This is what you deal with when you put yourself out on the internet. Cause yeah, hey, I'm a self-proclaimed expert, but you guys know I know my stuff. But yeah, you run into people that don't, and they want to say that they're experts. But no hard feelings. No hard feelings at all. We like Stryker so much. We have 2 issues of his Cyberforce issue 4. So Cyberforce starts as a 4-issue miniseries. It bleeds into a monthly. And during that time, we get Codename Strike Force. Now, here's the thing. I just want to make a little bit of a note here. While Codename Strike Force is getting published, right? We're going through and we're making good sales and we're crossing over with Stormwatch. In this issue, we pretty much lose. Where is it? Is it at the end of this one? Issue 6? No. It's maybe at the end of issue 7. Issue 7, we lose one of my most favorite characters, Bloodbow. Bloodbow right here, as we see him on issue 0, he basically gets taken over. Issue to issue, and we have kind of like 2, 3, 1 issue kind of arcs, and I call them speed bumps. They're fun. Black Anvil's a great character. Stryker is a team leader, and these guys are all somewhat, they're out for themselves, but they're all kind of like pieces of crap. We see this time and time again with Stryker, but the whole series relatively ends with issue 14 here. So our next video is going to, and I don't know what happened to issue 12, but we're roughly going to do like 9 through 14. That's going to be our next Codename Cyberforce, Codename Strike Force arc, and we're going to sign off on it at that point. But here we have opposing forces, Cyberforce and Codename Strike Force. We'll do this. This will be a separate video. But during this time, Razor has, from Codename Strike Force, a one-shot, The Cutting Edge. Killraiser is, he's like the Snake Eyes. He's the popular character. But we also have Sideblade She. Previously profiled on this channel, this becomes the first appearance of Witchblade. So somewhat the end of Codename Strike Force leads into just the timing of it all, into a Witchblade monthly that dynamically changes the company and makes everything Codename Strike Force and Cyberforce obsolete. So,
with that dreariness. We also have Strike. Now it's Strike Force, but this is volume 2 of Strike Force here. Black Anvil, our boy Stryker. So what happens in this issue? This issue, number one, is a flashback, and you wouldn't know it was a flashback on the visual note. So let me just set it up here. Heatwave barges in. He's pissed off. Velocity here. Okay, jerk. Don't ask Velocity. This dude's looking for Stryker. No one's seen him. The gym, right? Muscle-bound blockhead. So Stryker's here, and AKA Powders, we have amazing artwork by Anthony Wynn. I think this is the most complete of early Finch and early Turner. Anthony Wynn hits this issue out of the park. By complete, I mean he draws fantastic poses. He draws good power poses. He draws good tech. He has great texture. Look at the handle of the gun here. We're on another level. He's drawing individual characters. For example, Stryker has his hair this way, and it's short. A little bit of a buzz cut, right? Buzz on the sides. Heatwave, floppy, parted this way. Easily distinguishable characteristics drawn in his issues. Now, we don't know we get into a flashback. Because if we're just to visually, right? Heatwave breaks up the gym session. We see all the holograms disappear because everything was X-Men Danger Room at this time. That is where you're going, right? You never take target practice unless you're leaving us. Heatwave is just pissed about the escapades of Codename Strike Force. He's like, you're stealing our equipment. Things are missing. What the hell are you doing, you and your dumb mercenary friends? So they kind of go back and forth, and it doesn't even have a heart-to-heart with Sideblade. Yeah, you shouldn't lecture me on what to do with my personal time. Why? Because he's alluding to this. So here we need, and you guys know, we need like an editor's note. We need like a little asterisk here, and we need an editor's note here. See, upcoming, right? That's an editor's note. That's how we weave continuity in our addictive comic book reading. All right, we want continuity. We want it to be addicting. Give us reader notes. Give us editor's notes. So basically, this wraps up. We didn't make it through even our first mission in one piece. This is what I mean about power pose. Anthony Wynn doing a great job. Look at that tech. Nice shadows. Whatever this thing is, I love it. So visually, if we bought this, right, and we kind of do one of these, and we're in the comic shop, we don't know we get into a flashback. See, we should know when we get to this, we're in the flashback. See, modern day, you know, we'll just say, like modern day, we're going back a few years. We don't know. Here, you know, like a caption. Back in 1985 or whatever. Back in 1985. And, you know, maybe kind of, again, do we have to do this? Do I have to remind you guys? We need the squiggles so we know it's a flashback panel. Right? We can kind of do it. We can kind of do it. But then eventually, right, we got to transition. We can't do the little squiggies every single panel. But yeah, he gets a call. He gets a call from a friend. And then, you know, again, flashback, modern day. It's hard to tell. Give me 36 hours. I'll see what I can do. Famous last words. You wanted to see me? And, yeah, so we kind of go back and forth. Team, who said anything about the team? I'm telling you what I'm, that I'm going. You what? Sounded good. So he gets a call from his friend. He tells his friends he's leaving. He's out. And then here we go. He recruits Bloodbow. So some of this, I would just say, suggestion-wise, for anyone out there, this should be our end. We should wrap up the page with this. Because, again, it kind of leans towards turning of the page. So I would just, like, flip these two panels. Because it doesn't matter. Like, you can still have the same dialogue. Yeah, right. So, what's his story? See, like, it would be kind of cooler too if Stryker's reflections in the glasses and the word balloon goes into the glasses. But yeah, he recruits Bloodbow here. Guys, look at Bloodbow's hair, his expression. Bloodbow's expressions in this book are amazing. Let me just show them off to you. Right here. Bloodbow expression. We have another good one here at the end. Right here, where he slaps himself on the forehead. We have it. Look at this little baby one. We can see the gesture. Look, it's there. So he recruits Bloodblow. Bloodblow makes a. Here we go. Go. Fine by me. Are we boring you, O'Donnell? Nah, not at all. He's talking about the babe, and he's like, "Hey, do you still have your stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, I still have my stuff." Are you kidding? Watch this. And ready? He takes the ice cube and boom, flicks it into the girl's drink. And she is like, "You jerk. No one throws an ice cube in my drink." And then they're off. So Black Anvil is, a lot of people will go to Badrock as the irreverent comedian, funny, invincible guy of the Image universe of the early days. Black Anvil, I love his character so much. Let me just show you what we know a little bit of who he is. Some of these mornings are nothing but busy, but my AKA Padders, this is the way we do it. We love busy. I don't understand. People always act perturbed when they're busy. I love it. I don't care. I don't care when family bothers me, when work people bother me. I'm all yours. But yeah, so this issue 4, Codename Strike Force, it's the issue that they cross over with Stormwatch. This is where the first time we get a real look of Black Anvil in his life. He shows up to a party, a family party at the Hamptons. That's his jet. He jumps out of the jet, or, airliner, but he jumps out, smashes into, so much for the tulips. He destroys the tulips, and you can see it's almost like this like very upscale family white party. He gives a girl a shrunken head, but you kind of see he's wearing the Argyle socks, and he's got the right. He's got the sweater around his neck. He's wearing a polo, right? I mean, like he's a Silver Spoon Chad. He's just a Chad. So what did Chads do? Well, they all back in the 90s, they went into Soldier Fortune and they went into Black Belt. He's wearing his like, if this was today, it would be Jiu-Jitsu, but this is like Taekwondo or something. That was big in the 90s. 80s was karate. But yeah, so that's who Black Anvil is. So they're going to recruit him. They recruit him. They track him down. They drop a phone from a helicopter. From here, they drop their phone down, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go on a mission?" He goes, "Is it dangerous?" They're like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm in." So now they recruit Icarus. They get Icarus. Icarus later dies in issue 1. Spoiler alert. Who cares about spoilers? Where is my issue 1? I don't have anything together, my AK powders. Here's issue 1. So issue 1, we have Icarus. Icarus gets zoned out right here, right through the chest. We see he's adding air support. He's very useful in this issue, by the way, because he's able to shoot up above the tree line, and he sees all the he's radioing, he's running, he's like their quarterback in this issue. But even here, smooth like sandpaper. We have a problem. And hey guys, look, we're ending the page. Good anchor there. But yeah, we got some of the rebels, and the whole plot here is basically the plot of Predator. There's guys in there. They have to extract them. They have to get them out, and that's it. And along the way, we see Black Anvil. Great pose here. Good fingers too, but good pose. Another good pose here for Stryker. And Icarus is like, I can see Anvil. He's heading away from the road. No sign of Fade yet. So Fade's another guy that they picked up. And his power is he can fade. He can phase through solid objects. And he helps them we can kind of see it where we at here. He gets them into the building. I guess we're back here. Sorry, guys. Phase right here. See, he can go. So they're very good, and they're very Chris Claremont X-Men with even Fade here. See, that's our boy. But Fade, by that I mean one of the cool things about Claremont's X-Men is that the powers were limited. They were limited, which is why the Dark Phoenix saga was so shocking, because we saw unlimited power with Jean Grey. He can only walk through for if something's not too dense, and for about 30 seconds. He can only phase for about 30 seconds. So as all of this has happened, right, they're set up by our guy, and Stryker's like, why do I keep getting set up? And Stryker's almost like, I don't care, because he kind of cites it another time he was set up. He's like, I don't care why I always take these missions and people betray me. I think I'd like it. Very masochistic. Can I say that? What do you know? Sounds like work did his job. You might pull this one out yet. And then, yeah, they get ambushed. Whole entire war ensues. Very Predator. They get locked up. Stryker takes off his arm. They escape. And then, I think we're here. Like, we're somewhere... like here, like Fade dies off panel. So Fade dies. Here, this guy that they're experimenting on turns out to be Killraiser. Yeah, another great panel here. Yeah, so they defeat the people they were ambushed against. The money that they get, Stryker donates to a church that's training mutants. That's the Church of Stryker's origin. So we know he's a church boy. Fade dies, like I said, off panel. Stryker whacks this guy with his arm. I kind of like that. He's holding his arm right there. And Tempest turns out to be a villain. She's working for the bad guy. He smacks her, puts her in her place right here. Was to obey my orders. Now get out there and push back that army. Okay. So she joins up, and yeah, we kind of have here the beginning of this team. So it's a good issue 0. It's a far more competent issue 0 than Cyberforce 0 was, and Cyberforce 0 was written by Walter Simonson. This is great. This leads right into the regular series perfectly. You read this, you want to know more, you want to read more. So just so you guys know, this is June 1995, and issue 1 came out January 94. So relatively like a year goes, you know, right? Like we get a little bit calendar year, put that in quotes. And if you're still interested in these guys, you can spend 50 cents more and get yourself a well thought out issue. I don't know, and I like I just love, no pun intended, the heat that Heatwave gives him in this issue, because you can really see that Heatwave's just trying to keep his team together, coherent, and keep them alive when they go on missions. It's good stuff, aka Padders.